Hello. So another day of our challenge, we're going to work on the lower body. So we'll start down, lying down on your mat. And just bring the knees in towards the chest. So taking the hands onto the shins, just taking a few rocks from side to side. You can close off the eyes or keep the eyes open. Just breathing in and out through the nose. And then coming to center, keeping the big toes touching. Just separate the knees, press the knees away from you, and then draw the knees back together and into the chest. So just starting to work into the hips. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose, and then taking it in the other direction. Bring the knees back into the chest. Shift the hands over to the right shin and just extend the left leg, either with the foot down on the mat or extend it the whole way, pressing the left heel away. Shoulders are relaxed. And then switching sides. So bring the left knee into the chest, hands around the left shin. Lower the right foot down to the mat or extend it all the way along the mat. Pressing the right heel away. And then bring both knees into the chest. Extend the legs up towards the sky. Hands come down by the sides. Just separate the feet and circle the ankles a couple of times one way and then the other. And then point the feet up towards the sky. So you're stretching through the fronts of the legs and then draw the toes towards you. So feeling a stretch through the calves, hamstrings. So alternating between the two. And then release the left foot down to the mat. Take the hands around the back of the right leg and just carefully drawing that leg a little bit closer. So just being mindful of not overstretching. Working with your body. And then either just placing the hand on the outside of the leg, or maybe wrapping the first two fingers and the thumb around the big toe. Place the left hand onto the left hip and then just open that right leg out to the side. So you can always keep a bend in the knee, or you could straighten the leg. Again, just working with your body. And then bringing that knee back to center, placing the right foot on top of the left knee, and then take the hands behind the back of the left leg. Just draw that knee in towards the chest. Release the left foot down to the mat, release the right foot, and just windscreen wipe the knees from side to side a couple of times. Coming back to center, keeping the right foot down, extending the left leg up to the sky. Hands go around the back of the left leg. And again, just mindfully drawing that leg towards you. And then place the right hand to keep the right hip down on the mat. Left hand on the outside of the left leg, or taking the big toe with the first two fingers and the thumb, and then extending that leg out to the side. So again, you can keep the leg straight, or you can bend the knee and just open from the hip that way. And then bring the knee back to center, crossing the left ankle on top of the right thigh, hands behind the right leg, and just draw that right knee into the chest, flexing the feet. And then release the right foot and the left foot, and again just windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Bring the knees back into the chest. Take the hands around the back and then just roll up and down along the spine. When you come to the top of the mat, just crossing at the ankles and roll over, coming to your all fours position, and then tuck the toes under, send the hips high, coming up to downward dog. From downward dog, keep the left foot down on the mat, reach the right leg up to the sky. Come high up onto the back toes, and then draw the right knee into the chest, step the right foot forwards, and lift up to a high lunge. So pressing the back heel away, fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling, and then just drop the left knee towards the mat and lift back up. So lowering and lifting. One more, lowering and lifting. And then lower that back heel down, open out for warrior two. So right knee tracking over the right toes, extending the arms. And then start to straighten that right leg. So both legs are straight. Reach the right arm out to the side, and then release the right hand in front of the right leg or onto a block, and the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Come all the way up to standing, and then turn the feet so they're parallel. Place the hands onto the hips and then fold forwards, bringing the crown of the head down to the mat. So weight coming into the front part of the foot. And then lift up to spider fingers. Start to walk the hands over towards the right side. And then bending into that right knee. Keep the left leg straight. Turn the left toes up towards the sky, coming into Skandasana. So you can keep the hands down on the mat, or you can keep the hands at the heart center. Either using the hands to support you or keeping the hands at the heart center. Come over to the other side, keeping as low as you can. This time bending into the left knee, right toes point up to the sky. And then release the hands to frame the front foot. Lower the back knee down to the mat. Reach the arms up to the sky into a low lunge. And then release the hands either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee and step back into your downward dog. This time keeping the right foot down on the mat. Take the left leg up to the sky. Come up high onto the tiptoes of the right leg, right foot. Bring the left knee into the chest. Shoulders come forwards, and then step the left foot up towards the left thumb. Reach the arms up to the sky, finding your high lunge. So trying not to have the feet on a tightrope, have a sort of hip distance between the feet, extending the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then lower that back knee down towards the mat and lift back up. So lowering and lifting, trying to keep the left knee over the left ankle, lowering and lifting. Lower the right foot so it's flat on the mat as you open out to the long side. Arms come shoulder height, warrior two. Start to straighten the left leg and then reach the left arm out to the left side. Lower the left arm down in front of the left leg onto a block. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And then press through the feet. Come all the way up to standing. Spin the toes so they're parallel. Take the hands onto the hips. This time sending the hips forwards to start with, finding a little back bend. And then lifting back up, hinging from the hips, folding forwards. Release the hands down to the mat. So stretching through the backs of the legs, weight coming into the front of the feet. Come high up onto the fingertips. And then walk the hands over to the left side, bending into that left knee, and then turning the right toes up towards the sky. So back to Skandasana. Again, you can keep the hands down onto the mat or bring the hands to the heart center. And then either using the hands or keeping the hands at the heart center, staying as low as you can. Come all the way over to the other side, Skandasana on the right. Release the hands either side of the front foot as you lower the left knee down to the mat, so facing the top of the mat, and then reaching the arms up to the sky into a low lunge. Release the hands either side of the front foot, stepping back into your downward dog. From downward dog, walking the feet up towards the hands, keeping the feet hip distance, folding over the legs, taking opposite elbows, just taking a little sway from side to side. And then releasing the hands, turning the feet so they're facing like a clock face about 10 to 2. And then start to bend the knees, tracking the knees over the feet, coming into a yogi squat, into Malasana. Pressing the hands together. And then again, either using the hands to support you either in front or behind, or just releasing the hips down to the mat. Extend the legs out in front, give the legs a little bit of a shake, and then flex the feet. Take the hands down by the sides, take the arms up to the ceiling as you inhale, as you exhale, forward fold, stretching through the backs of the legs. So it doesn't matter how low you come, feeling the stretch through the hamstrings, into the glutes, calves, and then inhaling, lifting all the way back up. Just bend the knees, take the hands behind you and drop the feet or knees from side to side, just windscreen wiping the legs. And then separate the legs, so coming into a straddle position, flexing the feet and turning towards the left leg. Walk the hands either side of the left leg, folding over that leg. Lifting back to center, walking over to the other side, turning the body to face the right leg. Again, walking the hands either side. Again, it doesn't matter how far you come down, just working with your body. Finding your edge. And then lifting all the way back up. Come to center. Walk the hands out in front, releasing the head and the neck. And then lifting all the way back to center. Take the hands underneath the backs of the thighs. Draw the legs in towards each other. So the soles of the feet come together. And then take the hands onto the ankles, around the feet, maybe onto the calves. Lengthen through the spine. And then start to fold forwards, using the elbows to open out the hips. Inhale, come all the way back to seated, crossing one leg in front of the other. So removing the flesh from underneath the sitting bones. And then reach the arms up to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands back to the heart center. Bowing the head down towards the fingertips.